on the ground. This is Leonard Fournette. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
He's tackled.
The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 14 carries, 56 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the play. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Fournette, the ball carrier.
Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead.
But earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other way. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I need your help on this one. We just saw an extra point blocked. Do you think the rain had anything to do with it getting blocked?
Everything goes a little bit slower, but I'll tell you what, the snap and the hold, they look good.
Yeah, and most of the time, I love when you bring that up about it getting slower. It's deliberate when it gets slower, right? Because you have to go through it a little bit more. You want to be just a little bit more careful catching the ball, putting it down, and giving him a chance to kick it.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Ravens take over.
So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They'll be led out by a former most valuable player in the National Football League, the always dangerous Lamar Jackson.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now Jackson on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Minshew going to lead up the Jaguars 1st and 10 at their own 27. And he'll begin with a give to Fournette to start the drive.
Number 27.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's third down.
Incomplete. It's third down and 8.
Out of the gun is Minshew, and that will be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
Pushing through the contact. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive will start with an option going left. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
That's the end of the first.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson. They got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pick.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And that one will fall incomplete.
Incomplete.
Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it.
Josh Lambo to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Andrews. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. And Jackson throwing once more. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. But on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Mark Andrews, incomplete. It's now 3rd and goal.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is up to 8.
12-6. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The throw there finding its way to Boyle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48.
Minshew's pass. Intercepted.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Andrews. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
So Minshew and the Jaguars down by 15. A little over 80 ticks to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need... Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Does the big boy have the juice? And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Takes it at the 7. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
34-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been... And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
7 yards.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Minshew, and this one into the hands of DJ Sharp. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
First down.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
Oh, you got to feel it, baby.
And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded right around the 8. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Baltimore, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7.
I heard a flare gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's split. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Yeah, the sun can't touch me. Got a brand new visor. Yeah, you're friend smart, but my bud's wiser. Yeah, get the job done like the equalizer. Now
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Hey, diving in this pool. I don't know what we have. Hey, I'm just telling you the truth. I heard a flare gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's split. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's split. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Get it triumphant.
Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
The Browns ball.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Mayfield off the play fake. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
The Browns 1st down.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Mayfield now from the 50, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper.
Mayfield's pass.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the 1st quarter with no score.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, then they ran out of it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Lamar Jackson sacked.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Mayfield's pass.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Now we are keeping a close eye on his catches, a really close eye now because that's number 899 in his career. The next one will give him 900. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Well, we've seen this before. What is it about Cleveland and Baltimore here recently and these blocked field goals?
Ordinarily, I know you and I would probably shy away from the subject because we don't want to pour any salt in the wounds of Cleveland fans, but it just happened again in front of us, so we have to go back to 2015. Cleveland lining up to kick a field goal. Baltimore blocks it, takes it all the way back. What was it, 64 yards for a touchdown on the last play of the game.
So a little ugly reminder here. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
But normally you see three tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Browns, nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Patrick Queen on the tackle.
So we've reached halftime with just the... Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Browns, nothing.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
In a game like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away. That return has the feel of maybe cracking the rock and giving them a chance to get a big-time advantage.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. We know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half score. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Justin Madubuike in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he's going to go down again. Justin Madubuike racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back now in Baltimore. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again third and long now. From the gun, Mayfield. That's complete left side to Shepard. The 40, the 20, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeover.
And oh, it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So after the blocked PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all three timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Browns will use the first of their three timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Play action. Now Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here's Jackson on third and long. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Oh, looking for Andrew. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And the formula there on the two-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Browns drive about to get started. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
Mayfield's pass.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now Mayfield lost the football.
Lamar Jackson sacked.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. There goes Sterling Shepard. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step one, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why...
Oh, no, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return.
Keeps the score. Ravens 24.
Boy, that got pretty close to disaster. Going for 2, you cough it up. They almost returned it all the way to the other end for 2 for themselves.
You think electronic ball security is in order here? Because and it's not just taking care of it, it's what you just talked about. What can result when you don't take care of it? They almost gave up a score.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And some room to roam now. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Jackson going to tuck it down on the option. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Quick slant to Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Wow. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard.
Jackson from the shotgun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Ravens, scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week. Start your week by installing your game plan.
Come like a bat of the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend in my energy paralyzed. I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a parent a message. You the best. If it ain't me, then you need you a confession. You a mess. You ain't scary to me. I heard you was a leader, but that ain't apparent to me. Put dust on you, cheetah, run up and I'm there in the scene. I feel just like Vegeta Prince and I'm an heir to the seat. I mean, for real. Touch the driver's sauce so I don't even grab the wheel. That's on my chest, but it don't mean the man is stealing. Man, I'm walking with some money, man, I mean a couple mil. Ew, think you need a meal. You ain't even eating while I'm feasting in the field. That's why I'm always cheesing, cause I feel like Uncle Phil. And all those losers think the freshman ain't half the man as well. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. Kickoff for Baltimore.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. On
first and 10. Callaway, the left side completion to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw. Callaway, screen pass to Conner. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
7 makes it 3rd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Callaway. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took it past the boundary, and it's 4th.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Ravens now as they get set for their opening possession. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off-play action. Callaway, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Ravens have got it.
Lamar Jackson sacked.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
It's a gain of 10.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Play action. It's Jackson. Out to his left. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
For the extra point.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Tucker with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
And the Steelers set to take the field. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on second down. Callaway. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A slant to Jones. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Callaway. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Ravens have got it.
Lamar Jackson sacked. Fumble on the play.
He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
Jackson on the keeper.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Ravens.
They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts,
Made by Devin Bush.
as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens have taken the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
Justin Tucker to kick off.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. From the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here with, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will make it into the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchdown. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll drop here to throw. He finds an opening past the 40. It's complete to Brown, right side. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. On the option, it's Jackson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the 1st down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach and probably his agent, too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
They had 2 straight 1st downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1.
The Steelers' 34-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson and CD. That one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise? With Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in the season as the top running backs in the league.
Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line.
Lamar Jackson sacked. A loss of 8 yards.
So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Dancing to his left, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Touchdown.
Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Ravens push further out in front.
Justin Tucker.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him starting to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there, and in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Takes it at the 7. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
34-yard line.
So now the Steelers down on the scoreboard. 1:52 to play. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
He'll get this to Connor underneath.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Operating from the gun, Callaway. He gets it left side to Johnson.
The pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
To James Conner.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On 1st down, Callaway. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. They go play action with Jackson. And going deep downfield for Boykin. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Baltimore, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the turnaround... Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week. Start your week by installing your game plan.
Teams, 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Even blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate.
Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. From the 6. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech
getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 13 carries, 56 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense.